Welcome back to another game of Tetris. The object of today's game is to move the things that are in the LARP room to the old conference room. There's just one problem. This is the conference room, which had been turned into storage, and you can see that there's nothing that's going to fit in here. But never fear, because at this point, I believe that I could teach a master class in how to fit 10 pounds of shit into a 5-pound bag. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Yana, why is there so much stuff? That is an excellent question. So here in Nashua, New Hampshire, in the old mill where we have our school, we run 4 different ventures. Our primary business is the school and teaching nights. Our secondary business would be my costume shop. And then we also run a LARP, the Old World LARP, and we have a Ren Fair. Each and every one of those businesses has a whole bunch of stuff that comes with it. Now, it would be pretty to think that we could just put all those businesses on a different shelf in a different room, and that they would stay nice and neat and everything would be wonderful. The flaw in this plan is that we use all of these items, just like that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once. So depending on the time of year and what the weekend is, a whole bunch of stuff gets pulled out of the Knights Hall, packed into trucks and vans, and toted off to events. And then it comes back. And when it comes back, it doesn't always land where you would hope and expect it to land. So that's how we get messes like this. On top of the items belonging to all our businesses, we have a few personal items. What you see me working on right now is consolidating our scrolls. These are beautifully handmade scrolls that we obtained during our days in the Society for Creative Anachronism. We don't have the wall space for them, so what we're going to do is make a tabletop book out of them. But for right now, they need to be stored. And they need to be stored in as small a place as possible because I need that shelf to put all of Catelyn's LARP weapons on. If you know anything about LARP weapons, you know that they're easily damaged. They're made out of foam. Any sort of little pressure point will dent into the foam. So they are a bear to store. That's why I want this entire shelf for them. I'm going to lay cardboard underneath them to make it nice and cushy and keep them all there in one spot. Currently, they take up way too much room on the shelves that we have. They take up multiple shelves, but this one big shelf should house all of them. These are nylon tents. I want to know who thought of this design idea to stuff these in these stupid little bags. Do you know how long this took me to get these back into these damn bags? These big black bins, we call them rollies. It's what a lot of the guys use to store their armor in. Those 2 rollies were extra and just being stored in here. And I think a much better place for them would be in the armory. So that's where they're going. What I'm pulling down here is a wall decoration. We had a little dinner party in here and it was very cute, but obviously we're not going to be having any dinner parties in here now. And so I'm just folding it up and putting it away. These are extra bottles that we're keeping on hand because Catelyn makes mead. And so we can't get rid of them and we're not using them. So storage, storage, storage. So what I'm doing is removing them from the cardboard. I think you all know my feelings on cardboard at this point. and I'm putting them in a plastic tote and just making room and consolidating and making everything as small and compact as possible. Now here's where I take a look and say, okay, it's tidy, but how do I fit more storage in here? The first thing I grab is this tote that's on top of the shelf. It's full of Jay's tchotchkes and such. I'm going to put a lid on that and put that underneath the bottles. And then where that tote was, I'm putting things like these lights for our LARP. I'm putting them up here because that way they'll be more easily accessible. Okay, so this is our starting point. This is what the storage room was looking like. And here it is all tidied up. And here is how I am strategically sneaking in more storage so that it doesn't block anything that we need and we can get to everything. And that's this week's game of Tetris. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great week.